Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome if you're a newbie. Yeah, still picking up canola rows here. Yeah, we had a few skiffy showers of rain the last day or two, so we, what are we, Sunday today? Yeah, so we had rain Friday Ave, the end of the last one, so we got going again yesterday lunchtime. I was just here on my own. I was able to just strip back to the bin. So yeah, didn't bother. Tony's here today, but he's been crook. Whatever, had a bit of a bug of some sort, so that's alright. And yeah, Brendan's got the weekend off, so that's alright. Had my eldest daughter in the header this morning for a few hours, so apologies. A bit of footage here on my phone, so apologies about the phone quality. I was probably had the phone around the wrong way, but anyway, she did a good job. Pressure down one.
This one?
Yep. Pressure steering one. Must be a header driver. Half an hour into it, she's already hungry. So yeah, she drove the header for a couple of hours while I sat here with her, and yeah, no, she did a ripping job. The process is pretty simple when you're picking up canola rows. You just put the front down and let the header steer itself, and yeah, slow down and speed up if you need to. But it's generally pretty easy. So. But yeah, by the end of it, I wasn't having to tell her what to do. She was doing it all on her own, which was good. So pretty hot again today. We're about finished the canola here. There'd be, I don't know, 8 or 9 runs left here. So it's about 4:15. So we'll get this done and probably knock off the Savo. So yeah, we've actually got local carols by candlelight in town. So we'll probably go in. Molly, her youngest, I think she's in there singing. Well, she is. She's going to be singing with the primary school that she goes to. So we'll go in there and have a listen and have a sausage and whatever beer, and yeah. So, yeah, that'll. So yeah, this is the end of the canola, which is good. So then we've got about 60 hectares of wheat left at this job, and then another, I don't know, 10 or 15 at another job down where we did all the hay. They left a bit for seed, but they're just going to stick it in the dairy now, I think. So we'll go and do that, and have made a couple of phone calls, but haven't sort of been able to track too much more work down, which isn't probably the end of the world. We're still a couple of weeks out from Christmas, but we do have a few other jobs to do. Yeah, we need to get all the sheep in and pull all the rams out, and yeah, get in and spray the corn. We're going to cut some loosened hay at home. Yeah, so had a balls up this morning with the lambs. We had 150 lambs. bear with me. Had 150 lambs drafted out to go to market. this morning, and there was a gate that was closed in the yards. I got them in early. The truck was going to be about 10:30. Got them in early. The gate, I closed one gate. There's a couple of gates in a corner that we can let sheep out, and one was open, so I closed it and put the chain around it. The other gate was closed, but unbeknownst to me, didn't have the chain around it. So Tony turned up there, and the truck had turned up, and there was no sheep in the yard. So anyway, yeah, might be signing on a holiday. I don't know, but I didn't check it either. The gate was closed, and I just assumed the chain was around it, so that was a bit of a balls up on my behalf. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. There's another market next week before Christmas, so yeah, we'll let them run around for another week, and then we'll chuck them in there. But yeah, we need to catch up a little bit of stock work and a few other jobs, so yeah, it won't be hard to fill the week in. So it'll just, yeah, we probably, yeah, if there was work close handy or neighbours needed a hand, we'd probably go and do it. But yeah, I think we've had a pretty good run. It's been pretty busy harvest season with all the hay that we've been doing, so we'll just try and catch up before Christmas, and then yeah, the week leading into Christmas we can just chill then. So that's sort of taken that approach now, which is, yeah, which is good. So, but no, all the water's on the rice. It's steaming along. It's good weather for it, bit of humidity in that. The corn's jumping away. Just waiting to hear from the agronomist again about the nutrients we need to put on it. That's another job we need to do, is we need to get organised to water run a bit of urea. So I'll show you. I did say I'll show you the gizmo we're going to use. So yeah, so I reckon we might, yeah, pull the pin on the header job, and we could probably go into Victoria and find work, but yeah, it's just if we do that, we're getting too far from home. So yeah, we'll just yeah, here we're next door, so we'll just park her in the shed, I think, and not worry about it anymore. So we've got a bit later on, we've got a bit of contract corn harvesting to do, and then obviously our own and the rice, so the header will come back out of the shed soon enough, the way the days tick away. So anyway, onwards and upwards on this job, and we'll get it done out of the road. Morning. What are we? Record to 6, and it's already 24 degrees, so it's going to be a stinker. So I'm just up early. I want to start and take the rams out of some of the ewes. So it's due for them to come out, so I'm just going to get out there, and I mainly get one mob done this morning with it being so warm. Yeah, well, anyway, we'll just wait and see. We got the irrigator going yesterday, and yeah, just putting 30 mil on half to loosen. So we got the canola finished there at the end of, well, a couple of days ago now. So we actually ended up getting, there was a few thunderstorms around. We thought we were going to cop one that night, but we actually ended up getting one yesterday morning. So we had a couple of mil, but it was pretty hot and humid yesterday, so we didn't work. We just got the header shifted back down and did a couple of jobs. There's a couple of jobs needed doing on the chaser bin, so we'll get going again today. Where we are, the guys got lambs there. They're the ones that got out and should have been on a truck, but anyway, yeah, the guy's got some wheat there that he wants. He's got a feedlot, so we can harvest that wheat. He's not worried about the moisture content of it, so we can harvest that wheat. We'll get cracking this morning to get it done, but there hasn't been too many others get going, or none that I know of yesterday. So yeah, we just caught up on a few jobs. Brendan got this loosened cut. It's not quality's not going to be great, but we just needed to cut it just to reset it. It got pretty long and rank, so we'll get this in a bale. Probably won't take that long to cure. We'll probably rake it tomorrow morning, and then yeah, we can, whether we give yeah, that side another 30 mil, just walk the irrigator right round again, which we may well do, and then yeah, we can give this the water and get it going. The new lambs that we bought were on here, but I've just put them on another paddock, just to get them out of here while we're mucking around cutting hay. So yeah, still plenty going on. Just yeah, juggling the water on the rice, getting it set up. So the rice is flying along. It is loving the humidity and the warmer weather. We've just got the scare gun going here. What we get, and there's a mob of them up there, little bastards. You can't actually see them in the camera, but I've just taken off. The ducks will just sit on the edge of the water here, although there's not a lot of water exposed, and they'll just eat, like a mob of sheep, they'll just eat the crop off at water level. Yeah, so we've just got the scare gun going here. I'll turn it off at night because you can hear it at home going off. So yeah, and that's just enough. It bangs every couple of minutes or so, and that's just enough to keep them away. Yeah, it's a necessity, unfortunately. It's better than actually physically shooting them. We do have a permit to do that, but I'm hopeless with the shotgun. There we go. That's all it does. So that's just enough to keep them away, and it took me a bit to get this thing going. I don't know what, it had a wasp nest in it, and yeah, they can be very frustrating, these little gadgets, but anyway, hopefully it'll yeah, just a bit of a deterrent for them. But the pivot dam here, it'll be about empty. Yeah, it's not far off. Hopefully there's enough water here just to finish that little bit. Yeah, we did bring a bit of water back around from the bottom dam, which we can do. Yeah, but anyway, we'll get cracking and go and try and get these ewes in before it gets too much hotter. There is a bit of breeze, a bit of cloud about, but anyway, sort of good. Hopefully we can get harvest wound up the next day too, and yeah, but yeah, really happy with the rice. This is, look, as I said before, we've put a heap of time into it, but yeah, it's a bit of more attention to detail when we've grown it in the past. I've learned a lot from when we've grown it in the past, just about getting it zoned properly, and where we had a few holes in the layouts, if you've been watching the earlier ones with the old laser bucket and that. So it's not perfect yet, but it's a damn sight better than what it was. So yeah, anyway, we're going to get these woolies in. Sit down. So what I'm going to try and do, which you should be able to, is just cut the rams out without having to draft the whole lot of them up. I just, yeah, generally it works all right. Except when you get a cheeky young one that wants to go with the rest of them. Stay there, idiot. We are back at the header, so wind's up. Hopefully we can get it going. Just show you here, I was talking to a mate yesterday on the phone, and he was on his way to Shepparton because he'd lost a grease cap off the back axle of his header, and we got the header moved down here and the front back on a walk around the back, and we were missing one too. So that's I'll show you on the other side, on the other one. Why it would come off, I don't know. So I can't actually, it's in there anyway. You can sort of see it there, and it just covers the end of the little stub axle and the bearing that holds the little stub axle and the bearings that the axle run on, and then there's a nut here that yeah, runs on the end of it there, and then it's all packed with grease, and yeah, it's got this cover that goes on there just to protect it all. So I don't know how, but somehow that's come out. So we've just got Jack under it here to take the weight. Tony's just ducked back with the bearing. It had a bit of dirt and that in it, so we'll yeah, give that bearing a good wash out, and I'm just here, got a bit of brake cleaner, and that'll give this a clean up, and we'll get it back in. But we'll have to, after harvest in the off season, whether we do it before the summer crop, we'll yeah, we'll pull that axle out and strip it out, and whether we put new bearings in it. They probably both sides probably want redoing. So looks like, not too sure what's going on there, but it's not going to focus for you. But that thread's been a bit chewed on, so it's got a bit of a hard time. It may have had bone apart before, I don't know. So anyway, we'll get it tidied up and get it back together. Well, rocking along pretty well here. It's what is it, about 4 o'clock, so yeah, getting a bit done. Nearly got this paddock finished, which is good. Got 10 or a dozen runs left. Had a bit of a hiccup before. That little fan that, if you've been watching along the harvest videos, is a little vacuum fan that cleans the chaff off essentially the radiator screen. So the belt on it, which was again only new at the start of this harvest, has probably done, it's done 160 hours and broke. So what happened was, it wasn't sucking the chaff and that off the screen, and basically the screen blocked up with chaff, and then the engine temperature went through the roof, so it was beeping at me. But luckily we had the old belt at home that we'd replaced, so full again. Yeah, so I just shot home and got in, and but yeah, it's about, I think it was 39 degrees Celsius for those years overseas on the ute when I ducked home, so it is pretty warm outside. The header is running up a bar or two on the temperature than what it normally has been. Yeah, so we'll get this done. This is his main variety, so it's getting carted into town, receival in town, and then the couple of little bits and pieces we're going to tidy up here. It's going to be sheep feed, if you can store it all. So yeah, it's rapidly coming to an end. Perspective of where we are. You can see that bit of hillier country there beyond the trees. That's our dry block. Yeah, just got the Canola Canal essentially splitting the two up, so we're not far from home. Well, this might be the end of this one. Yeah, we've got, what have we got? Not much left here, about 10 hectares, and then we've got 10 or 15 hectares at another job tomorrow, and then that's it. So, yeah, it's coming to an end, which is good. Yeah, quite a warm day today, but yeah, it was good harvesting weather, so a couple of little hiccups, but anyway, we yeah, got across a bit, which was good. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da!